I'm Cam.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Aaron.
We're then venturing out and about in our electric car.
Across the length and breadth of the UK.
No way. Exploring nature's amazing habitats.
Just can't believe how many there are.
Meeting wildlife heroes.
And championing conservation projects.
Wow, aren't you precious?
To help make a difference.
What?
And you're coming too.
With OZT Goes Wild in Britain.
We're here. Welcome to the show.
What are you waiting for? Let's go.
Hello and welcome to the OZT HQ, and we are joined by our OZT crew.
They are going to be helping us look at all kinds of awesome animals, including this lot.
We have those hardy hillside inhabitants, the Exmoor ponies. Find out why we have to herd them later on.
Yes, and I went trekking through thick foliage in search for the adder. Did I find one? You'll find out.
And I got to meet the majestic bird of prey, the red kite.
Wait, it's going to be great. Nice.
It's going to be such an exciting episode as we look at our grasslands.
Yes, and I know you have some top knowledge and information you want to share with us. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. But in order to do that, we're going to have to head over to the OZT map. All right, everyone ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am indeed.
Go on then.
So our meadows, moors and grasslands actually cover around 40% of the UK, which is almost half of our entire landmass. On top of that, they're home to many unique species, including the greater butterfly orchid, like Aya's holding up there, or, as Mila's holding up there, the skylark, which are famous for their very unique song, which they can actually hold for up to an hour at a time. Many of our grasslands are actually man-made. If you go back to the Bronze Age, that is when people started chopping down trees to make way for the grasslands in order to grow crops. But it's now important that we take care of our grasslands, because if we don't, then many of these species could end up threatened. And I'm done.
Woo. Wow. Well done, Aaron. Amazing grasslands knowledge there. Thanks so much for sharing that.
Well, gathering that info was actually quite easy, but I'll tell you what wasn't easy, gathering lots of ponies.
We headed all the way down. Thank you very much.
To Exmoor.
In North Devon.
Exmoor. A remote, expansive wilderness in the southwest. Nearly 300 square miles of barren heath and grassland where only the strong survive. Home to the Exmoor pony, Britain's oldest breed and guardians of this special place. They've grazed these hills for thousands of years, maintaining the moors, allowing hundreds of other species to thrive. So these grassland gardeners need looking after, because winter is coming. Once a year, the ponies are herded off the expansive moor down into the valley.
It's quite the setup for herding up the ponies. Got quad bikes, dirt bikes, dogs, horses, even gator vehicles.
And us.
And us, of course. Oh.
A 20-strong team are taking to the moors. Their mission? To round up the herd and drive them down to this farm where they can have an autumn health check. And today, Aaron and I are here to help out. What could possibly go wrong?
All right, time to round up some ponies.
140 ponies, spread far and wide, must all be gathered to the faraway farmyard. With only a day to do it, the clock's ticking. It's a massive task, so there's no time to lose.
We've just come off the main road and we're now very much on the moors in search of the ponies, and it's a good thing this gator vehicle because, as you can tell, it's a bit bumpy.
I'm holding on tight, riding alongside Nigel Floyd, whose family have owned the herd for generations. Our job will be to drive the ponies down the valley.
While I'm helping to funnel them in the right direction.
This is proper off-roading.
I see the ponies.
The ponies are just running up the hill in front of us, so we're just going to herd these back. It is amazing how fast they are.
An Exmoor pony can reach speeds of around 30 miles per hour. I felt that one.
Look how incredible that is. Come on.
Unfortunately, ponies don't always do what you want them to do.
They're making a break for it. Lexi, this way.
So right now, half the herd are making their way across the hill, but they were going in the wrong direction.
Lexi, you're going to come back this way. Keep left-handed a bit. No, sorry, my left, your right. It's 140 ponies with 140 brains, and they all think different.
They're certainly tricky to wrangle, and I need to be in position to make sure they don't take a wrong turn.
And they're just about to cross the road. How beautiful is that?
And look who's hot on their hooves, bringing up the rear. It's Aaron.
Aaron, come in.
He's really flying along. Hold on, mate.
Whoa. All on track and heading for home.
Cam, come in.
Aaron, can you hear me?
May have spoken too soon.
Cam, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but the ponies are coming your way, whether you guys are ready or not.
Oh, better shut that gate.
I nearly let him out. Oh, I scrambled to get that gate closed, otherwise I'd be in big trouble.
It's taken hours of roaming across Exmoor, but the herd is finally off the moors and down in the valley. Now it's just the last push to get them safely into the paddock.
The ponies are just in front of us as we go down this country road.
Expecting the ponies to come straight from the top of that road, right past me here and into their new field.
Thanks to conservation champions like the Floyd family, today there are around 4,000 Exmoor ponies across the UK.
Woo! All done.
One huge herd of ponies, 20 people, 3.5 hours, and a lot of bumps. But the big question is, have we got them all?
Should we maybe count?
All right,
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Start on the right. 1,
7,
1
8,
in a week.
no, 7,
1,
8,
2,
9,
10,
10.
11, 14, 18.
The good news is we were able to get all the ponies off the moor in Exmoor in order to make sure, well, they got a health check.
Aaron, can you tell me about hedges?
Hedges?
Yes, hedges.
Well, I don't really know all that much, but I do know that they play a vitally important role in allowing animals to move in between different areas because they act as wildlife corridors. I also know that in the UK, we have around 500,000 miles of hedgerows, which is enough to go to the moon and back.
Okay, but how much do you know about the 2,000 or so different species that hedgerows support, such as red foxes, blackbirds, and even bank voles?
Well, hopefully quite a bit.
Well, let's put that to the test because it's time for Ask Aaron.
Right, I've been looking forward to this. OZT crew, are we ready to test Aaron's knowledge?
Yeah!
Excellent. Cam, do you want to kick us off?
All right, Jamari, question 1.
What is the most common bird in the UK?
That would be the wren.
Oh, correct. It's the wren. It's thought we have more than 11 million pairs here.
That is a lot of birds.
Okay, Rita, what's your question?
How fast can a bee beat its wings?
Quite incredibly, it's around 230 times a second.
Wow, that is also correct.
Bees use hedgerows like motorways to navigate from one nectar-rich area to another.
Okay, question 3, Alfie.
What is unusual about a hazel dormouse's tail?
Is it that it's just really long compared to the size of its body?
Wrong. They are the only small mammal in Britain to have a furry tail.
Oh, cute.
Okay, Devian, you got the next question?
How many spines does an adult hedgehog have?
Is it around 5,000?
Oh, that's correct. Great knowledge there. Hedgehogs have more than 5,000 spines.
All right, question 5, Louis.
How much does a goldcrest weigh?
Ooh.
Oof. I know it's in grams, but I don't know how many.
Sorry, mate. It's the smallest bird in the UK at less than 6 grams.
That is tiny.
Okay, well, final question of him.
How many species of beetles do we have in the UK?
And you may not believe this, but we actually have over 4,000 beetles in terms of species here in the UK.
That's amazing, he's got it right. We have over 4,000 beetles, the largest of which is the stag beetle at 8 centimetres.
Wow, that's incredible. Aaron has just got 4 out of 6 correct. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Now, I'm not a big fan of broccoli. Ugh. I'm more of a sprouts fan myself. But I know someone who loves broccoli, and she has a really special reason as to why.
I'm on my way to Nuneaton in the West Midlands to meet a wildlife hero who has dedicated her life to help a threatened species flutter high. I'm talking, of course, about butterflies. As well as being strikingly beautiful, butterflies are vital for many plants. Just like bees, they travel from flower to flower, which helps to pollinate plants, enabling them to produce new seeds.
Now I've been assured by Aaron and Tyler that this strange gift is necessary to impress an OZT wildlife hero. So let's go and find out why I'm holding a sprig of broccoli.
Now 12 years old, Rebecca, a young butterfly champion, has been caring for this special species since she was just a toddler.
So, Rebecca, why am I holding a broccoli?
So, when I was really little, my mum was preparing broccoli for dinner when she found a little green caterpillar in the broccoli. So she gave it to me to look after, and I got to watch it turn from a caterpillar into a chrysalis, and then into a butterfly. And I released it into the wild, and that's how my passion for butterflies started.
That is amazing. Did you name the butterfly?
Yeah, I named it Pat.
And what about the broccoli?
Stephen.
Stephen the broccoli, nice. So you're Rebecca?
Yeah.
Who's Sarah?
Sarah's my little sister. And she loves butterflies just as much as me. And she has the butterfly garden where she keeps lookout for butterfly eggs.
The two sisters working together for wildlife. A bit like my brothers and I.
Yeah.
I like it.
Whilst her sister Sarah plants pollinator-friendly flowers, Rebecca takes care of the butterflies through their life cycle, starting with their eggs.
Wow. There's butterflies everywhere.
And it seems that when it comes to the location of where they lay their eggs, only the tastiest plants will do.
How do butterflies taste?
Well, you're not supposed to eat them.
I didn't mean like that. I mean, how do they taste the food that they eat?
They taste with their feet, so when they land on a plant, they do a little taste test, and if the plant passes the taste test, that means it's OK to lay its eggs on it.
I'm very glad I don't have to taste with my feet because they stink.
After around a week or two, out of the eggs hatched the larvae, also known as caterpillars, which then turn into chrysalis before finally emerging into beautiful butterflies.
Wow.
The UK is actually home to around 60 different species of butterfly, including the holly blue and the small white.
So cool.
Sadly, around half of our butterfly species are in trouble. But Rebecca is doing everything she can to change things for the better.
How many butterflies have you raised here?
About 500.
500?
Yeah.
That's incredible. Out of those 500, have you got a particular favourite?
The peacock.
Why is it your favourite?
Because it's really colourful and it has really cool defences. It flashes its wings because it has eye marks, which actually makes it look a bigger animal towards its
Predators,
predator.
yeah.
And it also hisses as well by vibrating its wings like that.
Wow, can you make the noise?
Well, and then like, yeah.
Sounds like a snake.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, amazing.
Sounding like a snake is certainly a great defence against would-be predators, including birds, spiders, and small mammals.
So what can others do at home to protect butterflies?
So you can make a butterfly house.
And how easy are these to make?
Well, it's quite easy, so.
Yeah? Should we give it a go?
Okay.
Make my own butterfly house. Let's do it.
And to give them shelter from bad weather and predators, all you need are a few everyday items.
So we've got this recycled juice carton.
Cool.
We've got some lollipop sticks.
Yeah.
And recycled sponge.
Wicked.
The first step is we need to cut it out, but we've already done that because we need a responsible adult to do it. That's why you didn't do it. And now we need to glue on the lollipop sticks, like...
Am I responsible enough to glue them on?
Hopefully. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. So what are the lollipop sticks used for?
So, like on this, it's like a little gap, which is big enough for the butterfly to squeeze through, but not big enough for predators like birds to squeeze through.
I see. So it's like a safe haven for them.
Yeah.
Using the sponges to soak up natural fruit juice or sugar water will help keep the butterflies hydrated on hot summer days. And they drink it up, not through their feet, but through their super long, curly tongue, called a proboscis.
This is cool. I can't believe how easy this is to do. Like, literally, it's taken us no amount of time, and it's gonna provide a better future for butterflies. Yours look great.
Thanks. Yours is pretty fab as well.
Thank you.
All painted using animal-friendly paint, it's time to hang up our beautiful butterfly houses.
Ta-da! 2 recycled butterfly houses.
Yay!
So simple and so easy to do. I don't know why everyone doesn't do it. And Rebecca, I think you've convinced me to give broccoli a go again.
Yeah, it's actually all right.
Yeah, and maybe I'll find a caterpillar.
Maybe, yeah.
That'd be wicked.
I had such a good day with Rebecca. I can't believe how inspiring she is. And it's taught me, and hopefully all of you, about why we need to protect our butterflies. And talking about animals in grassland habitats, I'm pretty sure Tyler was meant to be telling us about another animal that lives there. Tyler? Aaron, do you know where he is? Ty, where are you?
I'm hiding in the grass. I'm hiding in the grass.
Ty, what are you doing?
I'm hiding in the grass.
Why?
I'm clearly a snake.
Is he a snake?
Thank you, they believe me.
I don't think they've ever seen a snake before.
Look, you'll find out. Watch this.
I'm heading to the Forest of Dean in Gloucestershire to track down one of our most secretive and endangered snakes. Here in the UK, we have 3 species: grass snakes, smooth snakes, and our only venomous one, the adder. Adders are notoriously elusive, brilliantly camouflaged, and rarely seen in the open. But today, I'm hoping to find one.
Sadly, their numbers are now so low in parts of the country, it's believed they could be extinct in certain parts within the next 10 years.
This is like looking for a needle in a haystack. I'm going to search a large area of adder habitat, but because these snakes are small, around 60 centimetres long, I'm going to need some help. Nigel Hand, or the Snake Whisperer as I like to call him, has been studying adders for 20 years to help better protect these vanishing vipers. Finding and recording them here will help tell us that this habitat is nice and healthy. Nigel uses a radio tracker to find his adders, and today I'm having a go with the gadgets.
Right, let's turn it on and see what luck we have.
Well, we're very close.
It's already picking up a really strong reading of an adder. It could be literally anywhere around us right now.
Nigel has carefully attached a small antenna to some of the snakes he's studying here.
I heard something then. I think we're getting close. I think we'll walk uphill a bit. Anything?
Nothing yet.
No. Let's go a little bit higher.
So when we're looking for the adders, you've got to try and be as quiet as possible. Hence why I'm trying to whisper now. Just the subtle vibrations can actually scare them.
So if we carry on along this edge...
Destruction of key habitats like this has meant up to 90% of adders are in trouble.
Still nothing.
Because they can't travel far, once their home is gone, they're gone too.
No luck still. I think it's safe to say I'm not the best adder tracker.
After hours of searching, maybe it's time the Snake Whisperer took over.
Nigel. You have to look everywhere you step, because last thing I want to do is step on one.
An adder probably wouldn't bite me, but if it did, it might be unpleasant as it's deadly to their prey, like small mammals, lizards, and birds.
Got it. Now...
In less than a minute, and he's picked it up.
I'm definitely with the right man.
This is our adder. It's the tag that's been shed off the snake itself.
I was beginning to think we were never going to find one. Until...
Tyler, have a look over here.
No way.
Tiny adder. So this would probably be a month or so old.
How amazing is this? Nigel's managed to spot a baby adder.
And it hasn't even got a tracker on it.
Its body's bulging a bit, so it's actually just recently fed. Maybe a small lizard, frog. Makes my day to see the little ones.
Oh, 100%.
Seeing the adder here tells us that this habitat is healthy. So this youngster is a really encouraging result.
How great is that to finally see an adder? Absolutely buzzing.
Now, time for tech check. It's an amazing thing to do, filming animals in the wild. And most of the time, you just need your phone. But with patience, practice, experience, and some super flashy camera gear, it's amazing what you'll be able to capture. So check out this incredible wildlife footage.
Mountain hares can be found living in the Highlands of Scotland and the heathlands of northern England. They can be very difficult to spot as they turn white in winter to match their snowy surroundings. And they can be very shy, often hiding in small dips in the ground known as forms.
Now, to get incredibly close-up wildlife shots requires a very special bit of kit. Now, this is a regular zoom lens which I use to take photos and videos of animals, whereas this is a super zoom lens. And look at the difference in size. We're going to be putting it to the test today. And we have Tyler in the background. Give us a wave, Ty.
Hello.
Hello. And he's at the very end of the OZT HQ, which is about 20 meters away. And what have you got on your chest? Is that writing? Okay, well, I can't see that. Gee, can you pick that up? Can we see what that is? Okay, well, this is a regular camera, regular lens. Not that great, is it? Compared to this, my super zoom lens. And we're going to give it a go. All right, so Ty, if you stay very still for me, and I'm going to zoom right in. All right, Ty, that's great. What? Cam loves broccoli?
You know what, Tyler? Now I really do.
Anyway, moving on from Tyler, that is the perfect example of how to get super up-close shots of wildlife with a super zoom lens. Now, it's time to see what you've been getting up to with your camera in the OZT gallery.
Joe had certainly zoomed in to capture this fox on camera. Along with eagles, owls, and otters, these charismatic animals are one of the UK's top predators. Loving the ladybird, Alex? There are actually believed to be around 40 different species of ladybird in the UK, but the most famous is the 7-spot ladybird. Ponies and horses are able to sleep even when standing up. They just have to make sure they're stable and don't fall over. Great close-up photo, Chloe. Farmers love soldier beetles. Some species are really helpful because they eat pests that damage their crops. Amazingly, around 1/3 of all crops benefit from pollinators like bees. Talk about unbelievable.
Now it's time for Aaron as he went in search of the majestic red kite.
Right now, I'm driving through mid-Wales to do a spot of bird feeding. But the birds I'm feeding are not your typical standard garden birds. They're those, red kites. A highly distinctive bird of prey with rusty red feathers and an iconic long forked tail. What we need is a giant bird feed table, and this field is the perfect location for it. Red kites were once almost extinct across Britain, with just a handful of these spectacular birds left hanging on here in Wales. But back in 1992, farmer Chris Powell saw something amazing.
My father and I came out from lunch one day and looked up, and there were 2 kites, and we were absolutely thrilled to see them.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So we started feeding them. All the rest is history.
But they don't feed them birdseed. These ravenous raptors need a far meatier diet.
All right, that's that. Time to go feed some kites.
Chris and his team dish out meat scraps in the same field every day. And right on cue, the kites are starting to assemble. Food's down. Now it's time to sit back and watch all the kites come in. This is unbelievable. There must be 300 or 400 here.
I've never seen so many birds of prey in a single spot in my entire life. I just can't believe how many there are. Red kites are incredibly agile. The way they dive from out the air, they're so quick. While soaring, red kites will use their distinct forked tail to change direction and steer without hardly using their wings.
Hang on, what's that?
In the middle of this feeding frenzy, there's just a farm cat that's strolled in, despite the fact there's all these red kites swooping around trying to take the food. That is one brave cat.
I'm not too worried. Kites are mainly scavengers floating on air currents looking for scraps to eat. They prefer things like roadkill and worms to farm cats.
Unlike most birds of prey, red kites are actually highly social. So when they find food, they don't just keep it to themselves, but actually go up high, circling in the air, using their distinct calls to bring in other red kites. So here at Gigrin, they come and flock in their hundreds to feast.
What an astonishing sight. Thanks to places like this and huge conservation efforts across the UK, these iconic birds have literally been brought back from the brink.
When you consider that at one point there were only 2 red kites in this area and now they're back up to hundreds, it just goes to show the positive changes we can make when we put our minds to it.
That looked quality.
It really was. Being surrounded by all of those birds is something that I'm never going to forget. It's a real conservation success story.
It was awesome. And I've learned so much about red kites, Exmoor ponies, and even the adder, and so many more other grassland animals.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, but I'm afraid that's all we've got time for. So thank you so much to our OZT crew.
Yeah!
And thanks for watching OZT Goes Wild in Britain. Bye for now.
Bye!